What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, 4-division world champion, Mexican superstar boxer, former undisputed super middleweight, yet still the unified super middleweight world champion, Saul Canelo Alvarez, who is top 5 pound for pound best fighters in the world, who is a cash cow and one of the faces of the sport of boxing, if not the face of the sport of boxing, with a record of 62 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. He is 34 years of age, 5'8", with a 70-inch arm reach. Canelo Alvarez was asked about a big showdown that's going to take place February 1st between 2 undefeated fighters. 2 have been calling for a fight with him. One in particular has been trying to chase him down, and he has been unwilling to oblige. And that's 2-time WBC super middleweight world champion, Mexican Ecuadorian superstar boxer, David the Mexican Monster Benavidez, and Cuban star title contender in David Morrell Jr. Now, David Morrell Jr. is 11 wins, no losses, no draws, 9 wins by way of knockout, 26 years of age. He is 6'1" with a 76-inch arm reach, right? And David Benavidez is 29 wins, no loss and no draw, 24 big wins by way of knockout, 27 years of age, 6'2" with a 74.5-inch arm reach. They're going to fight February 1st, T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, David Benavidez has been the mandatory for Canelo Alvarez in the World Boxing Council, better known as WBC title, and Canelo Alvarez has not been willing to oblige him. David Benavidez has been in the making, in the running of fighting Canelo Alvarez for years. He lost his title twice, okay? He lost it in 2019, okay? Well, in 2018, after he shocked the world and beat Ronald Graville, unanimous decision in February of 2018. He lost the title due to recreational drugs use. He came back, he beat Jalen Love. Anthony Durrell picked up the title. Anthony Durrell was 33 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, okay? David Benavidez fought him September of 2019 on the undercard of Errol Spence, Mikey Garcia, and he stopped Anthony Durrell in the 9th round to regain his WBC title. Well, then we went into the global pandemic, and then things got tricky because he came back. He was one of the first fights back to actually have sports continue after we went with social distancing and everything being canceled. He fought against Alexis Angulo, okay, in August of 2020. This is at the height of the global pandemic. And we was dealing with the C-19 and social distancing and sports, everything being canceled. And he lost the belt on the scale, right? He missed weight and he lost belt on the scale again. The president, Mauricio Suleiman, board of 32 members, didn't have the decency to give him the leeway, seeing as though there was no gyms open, seeing as though we were dealing with a global pandemic unseen to man in recent time, and there was social distancing. No, they didn't give him that leeway. They stripped him of the belt for missing weight. And the moment that they stripped him, going into the Alexis Angulo fight in August of 2020, he beat Alexis Angulo, stopped him in the 10th round, right? He lost his belt. At that point in time, Canelo Alvarez took the opportunity at that time because he had beaten Danny Jacobs and he beat Sergey Kovalev at 175, right? He saw opening, Canelo Alvarez did, at that point in time. He saw the door wide open, right? Because he beat Sergey Kovalev in November of 2019. David Benavidez was stripped of his title. He then petitioned to fight, get this, against Avni Yildirim for the vacant WBC title. That was not approved. So what did they do? He fought the WBA super middleweight world champion, Caleb Smith, for the vacant WBC title and Caleb Smith's WBA title. Unified the belts. Then he still defended the belts against Avni Yildirim. Then he unified the belts in May of 2021 against Billy Joe Saunders, who was the WBO champion. And then in November, he beat Caleb Sweethand Plant in the undisputed match for undisputed. Now, David Benavidez was his mandatory, right? No. He decided that he wasn't going to fight David Benavidez. He went up to light heavyweight and fight Dimitri Bivol, where he got outclassed and lost a unanimous decision. He comes back down to 168, and guess who he fights? David Benavidez, right? No. He fights Gennady Triple G Golovkin in a trilogy. That was terrible. Then he fights David Benavidez, right? No. He fights John Ryder and defends the belts. Then he fights David Benavidez, right? No. He fights Jamel Charlo. Then Jaime Munguia, then Edgar Berlanga. So with that said, Canelo Alvarez responds because he's running from David Benavidez. And he's asking for $200 million to fight David Benavidez now. And now he's asked about David Benavidez and David Morrell. And he says it's a horrible fight. Neither one of them has done anything. They haven't beat anybody. This is a way for him to deter fighting either one of them. It's a great fight. And David Benavidez has beaten Anthony Durrell, Demetrius Andrade, Caleb Plant, Alexander Govdic at 175, okay? And Ronald Graville. He's beating high-quality opposition. And now, because if he beats David Morrell, Canelo knows they're going to call for that fight. And so he's saying David Morrell is a horrible fighter and done nothing. It's nasty work, the ducking in the sport of boxing. It's terrible. And that's all I got for y'all, man. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. That's all I got for y'all. I'm gone. Peace. Canelo is ducking David Benavidez at the highest level and is being accepted.